Happy sunny Saturday. Look at the blueness. Also look at the sun so low it's actually behind the church and it's like 1 o'clock. We're going to the barn church here because there's supposed to be a Christmas market on. We'll see if it's still ongoing.
Welcome to another episode of Toby's Stupid Vlog.
Hello, it's Sunday and it's quite pleasant actually. I didn't get up till quite late. We got home from son's birthday bash at about midnight, but because we hadn't really done anything yesterday, we had this kind of exhaustion from lack of exercise, I think. So I'm going to town. It's the Kew Village Market, which I haven't been to in over a year, even though it happens every month. See if they got anything nice worth buying, possibly Christmassy, possibly lunch related, because everything is basically ruled by my stomach. Let's see. So the market, as much as I remember, it's a very nice market. It's got quite a lot of choice. It's well laid out, very nicely run, and far too expensive. Because in reality, who can afford to pay £4.50 for a packet of bacon or £1.55 for a single mince pie? The answer to that is obviously the residents of Kew, but not us mere mortals. £4.50 for a packet of bacon, that's like, how much is that per ration? That's absurd. Oh well, never mind, I'm sure it's very tasty. I'm just not sure that, you know, when a cooked breakfast costs £15 to make, it's really worthwhile. Oh well. It's nice to get out flat, and it was nice to see, and it smelled nice. And if I was very rich, it would have been awesome. Evening. So today has been slightly different. Obviously, I dismantled a TV last night, the old one, broken one, in order to move it because it's so heavy. And took some of it to the dump today. The rest of it will have to go in the car. And then I spent the last 2 hours at RHP with the communications and corporate services team. And despite the fact there's only 4 o'clock, of course the sun's just set. The most amazing sunset, like the sky was on fire. So that was lovely. And now I'm walking home. So I figured I need to walk, although my thighs hurt for some reason and I haven't done any exercise at all for 3 days. So it's a bit confusing. I must have slept, exercised or something. So like a psychosomatic effect, possibly. strangest thing ever. At least they both work. I guess that's a bonus. So I'm sure I showed you this yesterday. Some of these modes are actually slightly epileptic, but you can obviously set it to be different. And I made Christmas outside as well. Look, welcome to my grotto. This man doing DIY things. Very, very impressive, if I do say so myself. Good afternoon, it is by a couple of minutes. This is the tree I always judge winter by. Like, you're not properly into the depth of winter until that's lost all its leaves. It tends to be January, everything else leaves it long before that thing. Well, let's go for a walk. So then, I've still managed to, still got strange sort of pulled thigh muscles. I think it was, must have been a cramp I had in the night or something. Feels absurd. I feel like I've done exercise and I haven't done any. Oh well. Got to make the most of the light today because obviously getting closer and closer to the shortest evening. We are less than 10 days away. So I'm going to go and pop into the gardens quickly whilst the bread is proving at home. So then, it is now the 3rd of December, which means by the time you see this it will be at least the 10th of December, possibly later, so happy Christmas. Please, is the enormous A380 going over? Can't see, it's in the clouds, but it makes enough noise to make up for its invisibility. And also that means I should also potentially wish you happy Hanukkah, although Hanukkah ended on the 5th of December because it was very early this year, or Merry Kwanzaa, Happy Christmas, etc. So whatever the appropriate festive season is for you. Glades looking very autumnal. Now more leaves on the ground than there are on the tree. The elm is the last to shed. It's still got quite a lot of green leaves. And it's very hard to make out where the path is because it's now just a carpet. it's very nice. This kind of autumn, a very sort of dry autumn, it's really pleasant. I mean, it's very picturesque as long as there's enough light, and you can go for a walk without having to worry about getting stuck in some sort of muddy quagmire. So we'll carry on. Okay, using your eyes, I want you to guess which one of these flats is mine. It's got to work, doesn't it? Look at me! Look at me! It's a while since I've been here, isn't it? This is the oldie, walkie to worky. I'm going to walk into Hammersmith and then I'm going into town to meet a few people for lunch. Possibly pop into Global and talk about things. Oh yeah, you need to remind me about something in regards to that? Never mind, anyway, come back to that. It's a lovely autumn day in so much as it's above 5 degrees and it's not raining. So definitely worth it. I think the last time we did this was when I was filming the Roundhouse. I was just all in black and it was boiling hot. Bit of a contrast. Anyway, still a very nice day for it. I'd nearly forgotten how much I like this walk. It's been such a while. It's ever so nice, any time of day, almost any weather. Very wet and very high tide is not fun because I'd actually be underwater. Right now on this road it kind of gets flooded, which is why most people's front doors are a bit higher up. But it is lovely and it's a good way to spend an hour. Plus a walk does sort of totally reinvigorate your brain. It switches it back on so that your thought process is much clearer. So it was always useful to do it on the way into work, and it's useful to do it every morning, frankly. You just got to motivate yourself to get up and get out, which is much harder to do.
You're very weak. Beautiful shot. So these are triple things.
So following on from the burgerathon, I attempted to do some Christmas shopping. I say attempted because I bought one small item and that is it. It's truly the single most depressing thing anyone can do is Christmas shopping. It is the worst thing about Christmas. But anyway, moving on from that, go and see the Christmas tree in Trafalgar, which is not currently lit up, which is a bit of a shame. And the giant blue cockerel. And then I'm going into Global for a little chat at 5. So that should be nice. And the sun's setting. Hello, another day, another towpath. But sun, look, isn't it nice? It's impressive. It's also impressive how low the sun is, seeing as it's nearly midday. Oh well. So the other thing that's low is the tide. As you can see, it's nearly fully out. So there's all these beaches up here, covered in leaves, which is slightly odd. So I'm going for a quick walk into Sheen, nipping into Waitrose looking for Christmas-related foods, and then get home, read the last bit of the board papers for tonight. I've read most of it twice, but there's one bit I've been deliberately saving until the end because it's a bit heavy and it needs some clarity. And then, yeah, board meeting tonight. And then tomorrow, which is Friday, the last thing you'll see on this vlog will be, hopefully, all things going to plan, Kew Sparkle, which, although it has a terrible name, is a sort of winter Christmas market malarkey with lights and Christmas fair. So that should be very nice. As you saw yesterday, it was a Bozo lunch, which was a massive burger with 2 6-ounce patties and 3 slices of cheese that Hoodie ate in about 15 seconds, and the rest of us took about half an hour. So that was fun. And then anything with burgers is fun, you should know that. And then next week, next Thursday, is the Bozo Christmas party, as I've just named it. So that should be quite messy. Yeah, it's all getting a bit Christmas and crazy. And on Monday I've got the RHP board Christmas dinner, and yeah, then I've got Bozo Christmas outing on Thursday, and then I'm sure there's something else to do with Christmas. There's always something to do with Christmas at this time of year. But anyway, I'll update you when I remember. I can smell something burning. It's quite strong. Have we got like mist in the air? Someone's having a raging bonfire somewhere. Happy Friday. It's quite sunny at the moment. It's probably again only going to last a couple of hours. But you know, it's winter, so what more can you ask for? Actually, it's not winter, it's still autumn. Still. So there's the entrance to the Kew Winter Malarkey with the flag and what have you. And there's a Wurlitzer version of How Deep Is Your Love. It's absolutely hilarious. For copyright reasons, I don't think I can give you any more than that. So this is the inside of the Temperate House, which is closed until 2018, I think. And you can see they're doing the repotting work, and they're having to move most of the plants out. Those two palm trees, who knows whether they'll be able to actually shift them. I think that's still a work in progress. But it's very odd, it feels very big without all of the plants sort of blocking the light. It's like a big hall. Very peculiar. Been a bit of a while in here. I had intended to be home by now, but those trees, that oak, and the one behind, fantastic colour, but the sun isn't out. I'm just waiting for the moment the sun comes out so I can get them, and then the Japanese larch behind the one that loses its needles. But of course this is the moment when the sun's decided not to come out here specifically, this one little nook. So I've been standing here like 11 for 15 minutes. At some point I'll have to give up, I guess.